welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Jenny English. In tonight's news, we'll bring you more from the Coffee County Young Republican Candidates Forum, and we'll tell you who won the Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce Awards for Ambassador of the Year and CEO Partner of the Year. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Have you ever been involved in one of these? And you need one of these? Then look no further than the Russell Barnett Certified Collision Center. With a state-of-the-art facility, aluminum capabilities, lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Auto Rental, claims assistance from start to finish. We are here to serve you. So stop by and let us show you why we are number one, the Russell Barnett Certified Collision Center.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Traders Bank announced earlier this week that Dave Johnson has accepted the position as market president for Traders Bank. Johnson has been with the bank for 21 years, serving in numerous capacities at several branches. He formerly served as a loan officer for the Tullahoma main office, as well as senior lending officer for the Traders branches. In addition, he's a member of both the senior and directors loan committee for Citizens Bank of Lafayette, and also serves on the Traders Bank advisory board. Johnson will still be responsible for lending, customer relations, and managing loan operations for the Traders Bank teams, as well as representing the community as market president. Johnson is a lifelong member of the Tullahoma area and has spent his entire banking career with Traders Bank.
Johnson said, quote, "It has always been an honor to work here, and I cannot thank my superiors and co-workers enough for all their support over the last 21 years. It's also been a great privilege to assist and partner with so many wonderful members of our community who are our customers and friends. I look forward to continuing and growing those relationships while forming new ones in my role as market president." Tommy Anderton, a Tullahoma native who currently serves as president of Traders Bank's parent company, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, said, quote, "I am thrilled with Johnson's promotion to the role of market president. Dave Johnson has been a tremendous asset to the bank and to our Traders Bank communities. Please help us congratulate him on his promotion and tremendous service to our bank, our customers, and our community." End quote.
The University of Tennessee Space Institute's 25th Annual African American History Celebration will be held next Wednesday, February 26th at 10 a.m. in the UTSI Auditorium. Featured guest speaker will be Dr. Michael Torrance, Montlow State Community College's 7th-seated president. He leads the nation's 35th most successful junior college, which is also Tennessee's #1 top-performing post-secondary institution. The program will include special music and a reception following. The UTSI celebration is free and open to the public. Contact the UTSI Human Resources Office at 931-393-7226 for more information, or go to www.utsi.edu/event. UTSI is located at 411 BH Gothard Parkway in Tullahoma.
Stay with us. More news is coming up.
The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new Owner Advantage program. It starts as simple as your first year's maintenance is included with the purchase. We have 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plans available. Car detailing, car rental, collision repair. Stop by one of our 5 locations and let one of our certified sales staff tell you all about it. The Russell Barnett Automotive Family Advantage program. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. On Tuesday's news, we brought you information about the Isaiah 117 House fundraiser that took place last Saturday. Today, we bring you a portion of Susan Johnson's presentation. Susan is the Isaiah 117 House Area Coordinator for Coffee Franklin and Grundy County.
And I want to thank everyone for deciding to spend your Valentine weekend with us. What better way to spend Valentine's weekend than showing love for our children of our communities, to our DCS, and to our foster families. So thank you for being here. I do want to briefly thank all of our committee members and volunteers. They have worked so hard and really come forth on this ministry, and we could not do this without them. So they baked cookies, they've done whatever has been needed. So we have a wonderful committee here. And I also want to thank my family because they really get voluntold a lot of times. My husband Sam and my daughter Courtney and my son Cole, and I have to thank them because they're right along with me in this journey. I want to share with you how I got to where I am tonight. Last March, I heard Rhonda Paulson speak in Nashville, and it changed my life. She talked about where children went when they were removed by Department of Children's Services. And I'm ashamed to tell you, I did not know, and I've worked with children for over 17 years. She was talking about children going to DCS offices and conference rooms, and the whole time she was talking, I thought this does not happen in Grundy County where I live. Because I knew in Grundy County we had one foster family, and most of our children went with extended family members. And so immediately after I get back from here in Rhonda, I started asking the questions. And I asked a DCS caseworker 2 days later, does this really happen? She said, I had a child last night at 11 o'clock in the DCS office. So then I started asking more questions. And I found out that in Grundy County, we do not have a Department of Children's Service office. And that sometimes our children are taken to the county jail because they're trying to place those children as quickly as possible. This is of no fault of DCS. They're doing the best they can and as fast as they can. But we think our children deserve better. They don't deserve to be in a conference room. They don't deserve to be in an office or in a county jail. And that's part of my why that I'm here. My second part of my why is I work with children. I go to their homes and different things. And one child in particular has held a special place in my heart. And he's my second part of my why. I've taken presents to this child's home. I've taken food. I gave him incentives for coming to school, and that child never acted like they knew me. Their face was always this solemn look. But one day, I got the privilege of spending the time with him when a parent was arrested, and we were waiting for someone to come pick him up. Luckily, I had books in my bag, and I would read a page, and he would read a page. When the person that came to get him, they immediately started blaming that child, and the parent started blaming the child. The child was under 9 years old. And so I remember looking at that child and saying their name, and I said, you are not in trouble. You have done nothing wrong. Do you hear me? And I said their name again. I said, you've done nothing wrong. And the next day I really wanted to go and check on that child, but I was so afraid at what his reaction would be because I didn't know what all he had seen. I had told him that, the officer and the judge, they just have to make the parents follow the rules, just like you do at school, but his mom and dad still love him. So I didn't know what he'd seen. Well, the next day at school, I went down to where his classroom was, and I thought, I'm going to just check. And so I peeked my head in the door, and that child was smiling. And I remember going, who's smiling at? And I turned back around, and that child had a big smile on their face and was running to me and wrapped their arms around my legs. That was 45 minutes to an hour and a half of my time. Imagine if that child had to wait longer and could have been at the Isaiah 117 house with someone loving on them, giving them a meal, giving them a bath if they needed it, clean clothes. And so he's my why, because I think our children deserve better. Thank you.
More news is coming up.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
Welcome back. Tonight we bring you more from the Coffee County Young Republicans Candidate Forum for Coffee County General Sessions Judge. In this segment, the candidates respond to the question of adding divorces to the cases tried in the court.
Civil divorce jurisdiction was added to the General Sessions Court by statute or by private act many years ago, but like the candidates have said, that's not used very much. I'd like them to answer why do they think that is, and if those divorce cases did start being filed in front of them, why they would be a good person to resolve custody issues and divisions of assets of the citizens of Coffee County.
Well, again, folks, we're talking about differences. And with all respect to Mr. Husky, I disagree. I happen to agree with Mr. Perry. We have two chancellors in this district. Caseload allocation is very important because Coffee County is a standalone jurisdiction. We've had, there was a huge push to redistrict us many years ago, not that many, I believe 4 or 5 years ago. And one of the maps had the judicial district running all the way to the Kentucky border, which would be crazy. People running back and forth. And so I think we need to protect that. I am not a huge fan of having divorces heard in Sessions Court. I believe that it is possible, and certainly I have done divorces. It has been a very long time. I will say that it has been a very long time since I have practiced in that arena. But I believe that we have, the way it's working now is important to continue to keep our caseloads so we do not fall victim to the redistricting problem that is apparently there's discussion about it resurfacing again. And Coffee County has been a single county jurisdiction for a very long time. I think it needs to continue to be that way. I'm fixing to get a red card, aren't I? Bingo. Okay.
Good time.
I fully support keeping Coffee County as a single county district. Unfortunately, there is just not a shortage of domestic issues that have to be resolved and divorces to deal with. There's more than enough from that standpoint to go around. As a practical matter, the Sessions Court judge actually has an increase in pay because they have agreed to hear divorces. And I think it would be completely appropriate for them to be taking advantage of that and actually helping any they can to divide the load up.
I think I've already touched on it somewhat. Obviously, I think nobody can get paid enough to hear divorces. That's what I do. That would be my wheelhouse. I would love to do that. I do 120 mediations a year, probably 50 to 60 divorces a year. For comfort, that would be what I would enjoy doing because that's where my experience is and my niche. But for the county, I don't think that is the right solution. For the county, the structure that we have, it needs to stay that way. We don't need to give the state a reason to take things away from the county that benefit the citizens. Again, unmarried parents, those custody cases would be heard in juvenile court. As far as custody matters, They need to remain, divorce matters need to remain where they are.
I agree 100% with what Mr. Perry and was stating, as well as Mr. Stockwell. The juvenile cases are already dealt with. The unmarried parents, the judge is going to have to decide whether or not what the correct custody arrangements, what's in the best interest of the child for unmarried parents. Not to mention, whenever there is an allegation of dependency and neglect that is made in a divorce petition, that automatically goes down to juvenile court as well. So that has to be decided by a general sessions judge, and I am prepared to do that. That is something I have done repeatedly in my private practice. Those are arguments that I've made, that I've advocated for my client. I certainly have the experience and the qualifications to make those decisions. I've actually sat on the bench for the last year and a half, and I've heard those cases. I actually presided over those hearings, so I've already done that. So I am prepared to do that and to step into that role immediately. And let's talk a little bit about the caseload that the General Sessions already has, because it's not just the 238 cases of DNA, and those are just new petitions. You also have to add the 700 to 800 cases of the existing filings. So the caseload's already big enough for our two General Sessions judges, 1,600 cases a year that affect our families in Coffee County. That's just in juvenile court. So to add the everyday filings for domestic not only takes away from the civil, from the circuit court judges, but it adds to a caseload that's already overwhelmed for General Sessions. So I would be against that. Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more News Leader on 6.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the 2 of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Welcome back. Now we bring you some video from the Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce annual membership banquet as the winners of Ambassador of the Year and CEO Partner of the Year are announced.
Right, and Keisha and Faith are going to join me to help award the Ambassador of the Year. I think we all know that we have a very hard-working group in our Ambassador program. And we worked so closely with this group that we all wanted to present this award. We present this award each year to an ambassador that shows not only leadership and effort, but goes the extra mile in an exciting way. This year, the decision was made even more difficult because the entire group of ambassadors was exceptional. We're going to take a moment to recognize each of them by name. Ambassadors, please stand as we recognize you, and let's hold our applause until the end. Ava Lynch with Tennova Healthcare Harton. Brandy Moriarty with George Dickel Distillery. Chris Barstead with TUA. Davis McCord, Lester Green McCord and Toma Insurance. Ellen Cartwright with Weichert Realtors, Joe Warren Associates. Emily Rass with Fit10 Fitness. Erica Usselton with First Vision Bank. Jessica Lawton with Ascend Federal Credit Union. Joanna Reynolds with Smart Bank. Kelly Watts with Chick-fil-A. Mary Beth Seals, Tennova Healthcare Harton. Nancy Fuller with Traders Bank. Pam Carver with Weichert Realtors, Joe Warren Associates. Susan Haley with Smart Bank. and Tana Keithbot with Edward Jones Investments. Let's give all of them a round of applause. We want to thank each of you for committing to the program with your passion and stepping up in moments of need for our chamber. Without you, ambassadors, the success we celebrate tonight, it really wouldn't be possible. Month after month, you showed up to elevate and celebrate our membership and community events. At each interaction, you brought energy to our mission to strengthen the business community using the Chamber's platform to show all the good that Tullahoma has to offer. Truly, thank you all so much. In the past, we've used a point system to decide the winner of this award. This year, we asked the ambassadors to vote on who they felt deserved the award. When they voted almost unanimously for this person, we weren't surprised. With her kind, joyful spirit and ability to not only step up for just about every event, committee, coffee, and pop-in visit, she shined bright and impressed us every time, adding an element of excitement or providing feedback that challenged us to make each event even more special. And she really makes a tasty mini cupcake. Please join us in congratulating our 2019 Ambassador of the Year, Jessica Lawton. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. It was very unexpected and a surprise, so I really appreciate everybody, and I'm looking forward to 2020. So, if any of you are not familiar with our CEO program, it is Creating Educational Opportunities. How many of you know that teachers have to, unfortunately, dig into their own pockets to make their classrooms work? So our partners partner with the schools to try to alleviate some of that stress, and they do so in so many different ways. It might be judging a pumpkin decorating contest, reading to the kids, dropping off water for an event. There is no, the sky's the limit, but doesn't have to be a monetary investment. One of the most fulfilling programs that we oversee at the Chamber is our CEO program. This program was created years ago to help fill the needs of our school system. Partnering businesses and schools and providing resources, taking the time to meet each school at the student level, and sometimes just showing up where they are needed most. This year's CEO partners were very big supporters of East Lincoln Elementary. They supported parental involvement nights in a big way. They provided candy for math or treat night and provided a supper for the parents at the November Parent Night, complete with picking up the food, paying for the food, packing the food, and visiting with parents and serving them. Rumor has it that one of the partners was an East Lincoln Eagle and considers East Lincoln home. We are proud to have hometown hero CEO partners like Ronnie and Max Gerald, and are happy to present them with the 2019
This is my third time in Tullahoma. My father was a police chief here in 48, 49, or excuse me, 47, 48. I moved back here in 1951, and I left in 62, and I worked for the FBI for 40 years, and I came back in 2003, and I enjoyed Tullahoma. I used to get to Tullahoma East for 40 years, And I've always been proud of Tullahoma. It's a city that's small enough to know you and big enough to serve you. Thank you.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
Have you heard the news? Russell Barnett Automotive Family has launched its new website, russellbarnett.com. Very user-friendly. Over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Online credit applications. Hometown auto rental. Customer testimonials. Trade appraisals. Certified collision center. Service department scheduling. Too many reasons to mention why I keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gotta be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
My wife Jackie has always been the life of the party, but things changed when she couldn't be as active anymore.
They told me I needed a double knee replacement.
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, but she still needed to go to rehab.
I was amazed at how good the therapists were at Life Care. They took really good care of me.
They took excellent care of her, and now she's back doing the things she loves, and that makes everyone happy.
Life Care Center of Tullahoma wants you to get active and live well.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1976 at 72 degrees. The record low was in 1958 at 7 degrees. Average high on this day is 53 and the average low is 33. Clear weather expected tonight with a low of 21. Sunny weather in the forecast for Friday with a high of 42 and a low of 20. Sunny weather remains in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 51 and a low of 30. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.
Good night.